Now we can move on to the main section of my ISP. Linguists today focus on two main ideas: how languages change and why languages change. However, in the past, linguists thought of the why section as too hard to achieve. This is evident as syntax, morphology, or phonology existed for many centuries. Since the 1960s, we've taken greater strides to answering the why question. This is where historical linguistics come in. This study is also referred to as diachronic change, from Greek dia meaning through and chronic meaning time. Language change is a constant. This is why we don't speak like Abraham Lincoln or write like Shakespeare. Language change may happen through many levels such as sounds, words, and grammar. Let's take a look at English. A way this language could change is when people misinterpret words. The study of a change of a single language is sometimes called philosophy. English philosophy has many examples of misinterpretation, also known as reanalyzing. For example, the word apron used to be called napron. However, when people say a napron, many people confused it for an apron. This change occurred during the 15th to 17th century, during the Great English Vowel Change. Another way this language could change is by making it easier. Old English third-person pronouns like these were changed to these so they could be easily differentiated. Here is another example of how a language may change for a user's convenience.
One of the sound changes that you can see in progress right now that are quite interesting is that in Spanish, especially in Latin America, S's are being lost, and you can see every stage of the evolution. So you see people who pronounce the S as an H, and that essentially means they're interpreting the sound as nothing more than a burst of air. They're losing the articulation. It's just a burst of air with some sort of constriction. But you also have people who have then lost that burst of air completely. So first, the S was interpreted not to have any specific features, and then it was that H representing an almost nothingness was thought to represent nothing at all. It's sort of a simplistic view, but that is, in broad lines, what tends to happen.